Good morning, everybody. It's Bear with Bama Tractor. We sitting down here at the garden. Where I normally start my day, kind of late, Saturday. Got a little later start than I intended. It's kind of tired from, I guess, all the running around yesterday. Boy, look at old Buster everywhere. Just look at that dog, man. Look at him go. Look at him go, man. I'm telling you. Footballing you a little bit. Buster, slow down, slow down, slow down. Man, he done got over and watered in the dirt and hey, he's running around wide open. Anyways, back to the garden. So we back down here in the garden. The Jimmy Red row that I skipped has come up. I can see on the other side it's coming out of the ground. Jimmy Red's looking good. And okra still needs hoed out. my beans and corn's looking good. Squash is coming up. Squash is coming up down there. Cucumbers is coming up. I've got to get the cucumbers a trellis to run on pretty soon. Get there and thin that out and get my trellis up. Thinking about digging some of the potatoes up, try to get some new potatoes out of it. But all in all, it's doing great. We're gonna make our little walk around this field, and then we're gonna get in the shop and we're gonna clean up on all that stuff I bought yesterday. My purpose in all of it is to get to where I could lay my fertilizer, you know, by the plants here real soon. I mean, real soon. In fact, if I thought it was going to rain, I would be wishing I would done it today. But I like to get that fertilizer in, you know, the day before rain, day of a good rain. That's always good because that's when it really hits, you know. You can put fertilizer in the ground, and it don't really do much till you get some rain. And all of a sudden it pops. But anyways, I'm gonna be in the shop. We're just gonna start from the chain side where it hooks on the final drive, clean the gear up. I've got a little bit of shaker can paint, not a whole lot, but I'd like to put a little paint on everything. And go on up through the bar, through everything, just get it to where it'll all work. The hopper I got for the fertilizer, it's not usable. There's a couple, excuse me, old gnats just trying to get in my eyes. It's not really usable right now. There's two pieces missing. I sat down and figured all that out last night, what I have and what's missing. Not worried too much about the seeder right now because, you know, I won't use it till next year anyways. If I were to use a seeder on the tractor, you know, like with what I did this year, seeder really wasn't very practical. On these small gardens, you know, what's you know, if I'd done this whole area here in corn, that whole area down there and something else, even if it was you know, even if it was squash or okra, you could plant with it, but it's not a big deal rolling that little seedway through stuff. At least till I get me maybe a Hoss planter. I love one of them Hoss planters. They look like, I like your Hoss tools, but anyways. All right, I'm gonna make my walk. We'll get in the shop and we'll just scratch around on stuff, get the dirt off of it, wire brush it, put a little paint on it. See what we need, order some parts. Well, here's what I'm gonna work on for a little while. I got this bar off. You can see how nasty and dirty that thing is. Supposed to have a spring on it. From what I was reading last night, it goes from maybe up here down to right there. Maybe from right here to right there. That'd make more sense if it sits on there like this, yeah. So yeah, that should be a spring. Well, I'm gonna get over there and start knocking the dirt off this thing. We'll see how good we can get it looking. And then we're gonna go from there to taking out all the nails. Everything's got a, now there is a couple roll pins and set screws. They're not tight. And then we got nails here. And see what I can do to get it back to the way it's supposed to be. You know, like with any of this stuff, I spent a lot of time just looking through images, you know, to kind of see what's supposed to be. I got a couple of pieces missing from this hopper. They're both available through Birch or yesterday's tractors or Stern or whoever it was, whatever side I was on. That hopper needs some work, but I think it's actually very fixable. I mean, if you look at it, you know, everything from, you know, I'm gonna say here up, let me get you in the camera, there you go, everything from here up is in good shape. We just rusted around the bottom. So I wondered if I couldn't roll some metal to make a bottom piece. It would take a little bead roller right there to make that, to make it a little rigid on the bottom. And repair this one. I got you in the camera there, not there you go. And of course the lid's, you know, $50 for new, and the whole assembly is like $6.99, $5.99, something like that. It's ridiculous. I'm gonna end up buying one of the Ag Supply hoppers, and you know, that way I'll have it in a few days and I'll be in a good position to get up there and lay fertilizer by. All right, bringing you along here. We've made a little progress. We got that gear off and got it cleaned up, ready for some paint. We've got the clutch assembly off of it. We're gonna get over and start polishing up on it, get all the grease off of it, get it ready to go back together. What all we got off here? Well, we did get the planter assembly off. It's sitting there on the floor. I don't know if you can see it or not in the picture, but there it is. I'm not going to fool with it too much right now, because I'm trying to, my first priority is getting clutch working and the fertilizer working. So this right here, I'm going to set apart for another day. You know, I'm over here just scratching on all this grease that's accumulated on this thing over the years. When you think about the history of all this stuff, I guess that's one thing that intrigues me about these old farm malls. I mean, you know, look at that right there. I mean, that's dirt from another field. And the old farmer that was making a different garden with it. Now it's my turn to play with it a little while. And you know, another few years, 10, 12, 15, you know, who knows? It'll be somebody else's turn to play with it for a while. Most of these old things sit in the barn for 10 years before anybody sells them. Well, that was Granddaddy's old tractor. Don't sell that. And then finally, you know, it's time to let it go and move on. But anyway, there's a lot of history. To me, I'm scratching on all this stuff. I'm thinking about what happened, you know, over, you know, it's years of being around. But anyways, let me get back to scratching and cleaning. We're gonna clean it up and get it dirty again. All right, I got that cleaned up, stuck back together. Just letting it sit out here in the sun, dry from the mineral spirits. The next thing is just sit down here and start rubbing on this piece of steel and see how clean I can get it. And there's some stuff on the floor I gotta clean. All right, we got this many parts cleaned up, ready to paint. And got some blue paint over there. Hey, I'm fixing to spray a little paint on, let them sit out here and dry for a while. This has been a pretty good little old job right here. All right, we got everything painted up and drying out here in the sun. I'm gonna start putting some of this stuff together. Or too long. I'll show you what else I got going on here real quick. I'm gonna kind of conclude this video. I'll start a fresh one in the morning. Get in here and put some of this stuff together. Check that out. Got me a front bumper for my Cub. I just love it. Yeah, got it from Birch. I was real impressed with them. I ordered that thing Thursday and it was sitting here Saturday morning. What else did I get from it? I got a couple of little healer type sweeps. And I might put on, see how I like. Over on the shelf is also I got a repair kit for the left arm assembly. And I told you it had a little leak. It's not a big one, but I mean, you know, it's something I'm gonna fix when I start working on it. This old tractor pretty dry as a rule. What else I got? I got a hopper ordered for it. I ordered my new fertilizer hopper. Ordered it from Ag Supply. Ordered a new drive chain. Ordered the tube. So I'm gonna be able to lay fertilizer by with this tractor. All right, I'm gonna just kind of wind it up right here, and we'll start in the morning in the garden, and then we'll show you the progress of putting this thing together, and then maybe in a day or two we'll wind it all up with a new hopper and spreading a little bit of fertilizer. There is a lot of work to be done in the garden. It needs some hoeing. We still, even though I run through that lower garden with those scratchers, I believe it made the weeds come up more. So that's kind of why I'm really wanting a set of rolling cultivators. And I put them in the cart. I just didn't buy them. I mean, that's $400 plus whatever shipping is, plus 10%, 10 cents on every dollar for the government, just for our county and state government. And so anyways, who knows? I might end up with some rolling cultivators. Since I sold that old 140, I've messed around, spent a little money on this thing. So anyways, we'll catch you on the next video, and we'll see you later.